All right, my friends, we can get started. Hopefully we have a little corner of our house, a little nook of our house where we can settle in to our breath and our body for the next hour. Welcome yourself to your practice. Say a big hello to your practice, to your body. Maybe this isn't the first time you're practicing today. Maybe it is. And if you aren't comfortable yet, take the time to get there. Bring your stuff close to you. Maybe you have a pillow up against the wall and you can just kind of lean. Ooh, that's nice. And maybe we extend a leg. Maybe we extend both legs. We're just going to breathe with our breath. Breathe with our breath. And settle down before we get moving. Take some time to figure out if the mind is racing. And if it is, giving ourselves the opportunity here to slow things down in the mind. And one of the ways we can do that is by having all those thoughts that are going on. I find it helpful sometimes to have a pen and paper next to me when I'm meditating or practicing, so you can kind of jot all those things down and then you can let it go. The paper is going to be there in an hour. It's not going anywhere. Maybe you even verbalize everything going on in your head out loud, saying things out loud like, oh, get my tires filled with air, or, you know, those little things that you're just like nagging at you. You can just say it out loud and then maybe we won't think it for some time. Hopefully not forgetting completely. So just take a few more breaths here. Notice how the breath is flowing, whether it's fast-paced and shallow or deep and long. And let's try and get it deeper and longer. Wherever you are, you can bring your hands to prayer. Let's set an intention. If there's any healing that you're working on, my friends, I pray you're able to come up with a wonderful phrase to help you engage in that healing. And I pray that you move with wisdom and intelligence today that's going to help you heal what needs healing. And if you're feeling rather neutral today, this evening, bless you, that's amazing. Hold on to that and observe that, witness that. And we'll engage in preventative care, some preventative healing. Not just doing good for us when we're down, but doing good when we're good. Yay. Okay, let's come out of our meditation and bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. We're going to take a nice bound angle position. And just let the thigh bones be nice and heavy. We're not going to do too much in the beginning here, keeping it nice and soft and easy. Okay, we're going to take our left ear to our left shoulder now. Focus on letting the hips and the shoulders get nice and heavy. If you want to deepen this stretch, you can take your right arm out and kind of wiggle the fingertips. And this creates a little bit more of an intense stretch through the shoulder and neck. And furthermore, you can bow the chin down and lift the chin up, keeping that left ear tipped to the left. And figure out if there's a certain angle that feels most beneficial to you. Figure out if something's working better than something else, some angle, position that's best, and stay and breathe into that for a few more breaths. And we can release our arm back down and bring our chin back up to neutral, and we'll go the other way. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Let the shoulders and hips be heavy. And yes, we can introduce that left arm out whenever you're ready. Wiggle those fingertips. And figure out an angle that works best for you at this time of day. Down or up or somewhere in between, or maybe the constant flow of motion feels really good to you and you just want to keep the rhythm. And we'll stay for 3, 2, 1. Release your hand back into your lap. Come back to center. Take a moment with a tall spine. Okay, it's time to take a little bow in Baddha Konasana. So leaning with your heart and maybe shifting props to the front of you. We can take a little hugging, gentle bow. Let it go. If you feel like the floor is or your legs are really far away from you and you want to feel more ball-ish, you can take your feet forward more. It's going to stretch the glutes a little bit more that way. And if you bring your feet closer, it's going to stretch to the inner thighs and the groin a little bit more. So just figuring what's working for you. If even your props are too far away from you, you can rest your head in your hands. So not only can you build a mountain with your props, but you can build a mountain with your body. Elbows on your props, head in hand, head on fists. So many options, but finding a place of safety and comfort and stability. And we'll stay here for several more breaths. So just let go, give in, nice gentle posture to surrender into. Just a few more breaths here. And slowly make your way back up to a lifted heart and a lifted chin. Nice and slow. Take your time. Awesome. All right, we are going to now take our left foot and take your left foot back behind you. We come into a pose called cheerleader pose. I do not know the formal Sanskrit of this pose. I think it's probably just a form of hero's pose. And let that left hip and knee become nice and supple and gentle. If you're feeling tense at all, depending on how intense the feedback is, you can come out of it by just extending that left leg straight. This can be a tricky pose for some of our knees. Knees are tricky. Let's just take a few breaths here. Okay, we're going to take our left hand next beside us. You can place it on the ankle or on the floor. And then just tip over to the right. So you can let that right arm be nice and heavy. So notice as the weight shifts over the left hip, we get a little bit more of a crease happening in the left hip. Take a big breath in and out. And then come back to center. And take your right leg straight now. So our left foot's behind us and our right leg is straight out in front of us. We're going to take a gentle fold in runner's stretch. And once again here, you can take your elbow to your thigh and rest your head in your hands, or do any variation of head to knee pose with the arms that works for you, tried and true. And settling in, noticing what's going on in the hips and the ankles, and breathing into that. Let's stay for 5 more gentle breaths. I'll count. I know we're at different paces, so coming in and out of poses as you feel comfortable and as you see fit. Slowly making your way back up, nice and slow. Ooh, and we can finally shift out of that left foot behind us, bring the left foot forward, and take the right foot back this time. Settling into cheerleader's pose or virasana. Let the hip and knee in the right leg be supple and soft. Let the breath flow. And then we'll take our right hand to the floor beside us or on that ankle and tip towards the right. Reach the left arm up and over. Notice the weight shifting to the right hip, hoping we can get support there. All right, come on back to center, nice and slow. And we'll take the left leg forward now. And your belly button over the left leg and reach over the left leg. Once again, an elbow on the thigh, head and hand is always a fun gesture to rest into. Doing what works for the low back. We'll stay for 5 more breaths. And slowly lift our heart, nice and slow. Take that right foot carefully back from behind you. Bring it in front of you. And we're just going to make our way onto our back. So scooch on down to the floor, lie down, feet on the floor, knees up. And we can start by just dropping our knees from left to right and reaching the arms up overhead. And just do this several times, windshield wiping the shins, they call it. And just full body stretch, waking up. Awesome. All right, let's take our feet back to the floor, knees up. You can take the hands alongside the body now, or even rest them on your belly. And we're just going to wiggle our shoulders further away from our hips, so we can kind of manually lengthen our own spine here. And when you're ready, reach the right foot up high towards the ceiling. See if you can straighten all the way through the right leg. Pull the right toes towards you, flexing your ankle as much as you can. And then slowly point the foot as much as you can point it. Feel a nice big stretch and pull through the shin and the front of the ankle. And then we're just going to do that 2 more times. Big flex. Big point. Big flex. Big inhale. Big point. Big exhale. Awesome. Wiggle the toes now, like you're saying hi to somebody with your foot. And then roll the ankle around in big circles. One way, and then the other way. All right, take the left ankle and cross it over the right ankle. Sorry guys, right ankle over the left thigh. And press that right thigh away from you, making a figure 4 with your legs. You can just gently press the thigh with your hand or just using your muscles. Create a nice strong connection from ankle to knee, top of the knee, thigh really. And make sure you can rotate that right ankle around so we're not sickling the foot like a half moon, but there's nice open flowing energy through the ankle. We'll hold this for a few more breaths. Slide the right foot now towards the floor, and we're going to cross our knees like we're sitting cross-legged. Just like you're hanging out on a chair with your legs crossed. That's it. Awesome. And then we're going to gently hug our knees into our chest. Give them a squeeze. Big stretch through the outer right hip. Let the breath flow. Take it easy, my friends. It is the end of the day, for the most part. Uncross your legs and grab same knee to same hand. Pull your knees wide and rock from side to side. So kind of a modified happy baby, just grabbing onto those knees and rocking. That's it. So we can kind of let the legs fall open here. Massage the glutes, the gluteus maximus. Massage the low back. All right, feet on the floor, feet down, knees up. Left leg extends high now. Reach it up towards the ceiling. Pull those toes all the way back and straighten the knee as best as you can. Big inhale, big exhale, point the toe as much as you can. 3 times, big inhale. Flex, big exhale, point. Big inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Wave your toes like you're saying hi to somebody. And then roll the ankle around one way and then the other way. Okay, left ankle on top of right thigh. Make sure that left ankle can freely rotate. And gently press the left thigh away from you. You can use your hand or simply the strength of your leg. Big breath in and out. And then we're going to take our left foot towards the floor next to us, towards the right, to cross the knees like you're sitting cross-legged on a chair. Nice and comfy. And then hug your knees into your chest. Let the breath be soft and flowing. And we'll just take a few more breaths here. Let it go. All right, grab same knee to same hand, uncrossing the legs, and pull those knees wide, rock from side to side like happy baby, and massage it out, massage the low back. And then take your feet back down to the floor when you're ready, knees up. We're going to take a bridge pose. So lift those hips up nice and high. Interlace your fingers behind your back perhaps, or just press those arms down into the floor. Work those shoulder blades closer together and then see if you can really stand on top of those shoulders. Lift the hips up nice and high. Big inhale, big exhale. All right, let's take it down. Release, let go, tuck the tailbone underneath you and hug both knees into your chest again. Give it a little rock. All right, feet on the floor, knees up. Gently lift your hips high for bridge pose. Keep your hands on the floor though for support. We're gonna lift our left foot, straighten the left leg, and we're just gonna try and hold this for a breath. Big inhale, big exhale, take your left foot down. Not easy, very challenging. Take your time with it. If you don't feel safe doing this in bridge, just drop those hips all the way to the floor. All right, we'll try that right foot. See if you can lift your right foot, extend the right leg, and hold. I guess it could be at any height. All right, and then take your right foot down. Hold bridge for one more breath. All right, take it down. Scoop the tailbone underneath you. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. And then we're just going to draw big circles with our knees on the ceiling. So take the kneecaps in your hands and draw really big circles. One way. And then the other way. All right, last time. Feet on the floor, knees up. We're going to do bridge one more time with an added pose. If you don't feel comfortable with your hips lifted, you can take your hips back down to the floor at any point. And we're going to lift our hips high. Keep your hands on the floor for support. And we're going to take our left ankle and cross it over the right thigh. Press and lift those hips up. So we're making that same figure four, and the stretch is just a little bit more intense. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Unwind, left foot down, slowly lower the hips. Awesome. Give yourself a break before we do the other leg. That's not easy. Take a moment. All right, lift the hips up. Maybe keep them down, depending on what you're doing. And then we can take the right ankle on top of the left thigh, press the right leg away from you, the right thigh bone away from you, and lift the hips high. Catch your balance. All right, and then take it down. Unwind and release. Awesome. Take a breath in and out. Whatever tension you've got going on, let it go. And we're just going to flip over onto our belly now. So flipperoo onto your belly, and we'll come onto Sphinx arms. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Finding your belly nice and pressing into the floor here. And it takes me always a few moments to get comfortable in Sphinx pose. So just making those little micro adjustments until you feel stable in the low back, in the shoulders. And then we're going to drop our chin all the way down to our chest. Let the head become nice and heavy. Let those upper arm bones hold your body up, and let the heart melt and sink between them. Good, and then we're going to press our elbows down, lift the chin up nice and high, and press the shoulders away from the ears, nice long neck, lift the heart. One more time, drop the chin, let your rib cage kind of sink between the arms, and let the head drop. This hammocking effect happens in the shoulders, in the neck, at the base of the neck. Okay, and then we're going to lift the rib cage up, press the elbows and arms down, lift the chin, lift the heart. Awesome. Keeping this really big lift of the rib cage and the heart, we're going to gaze over the right shoulder, and then gaze over the left shoulder, just stretching out through the neck. Awesome. Coming back to center. Beautiful. We're going to take our left arm now parallel with the front edge of our mat. Bend your right knee, reach behind with the right hand to grab the right foot. And see if we can just stretch here for a few deep, long breaths. Big stretch. If your foot's really hard to grab, you can try your best to do this with a strap. If you have one nearby, awesome. If you have to do it another time, I would give it a try. It's worth it. You can take a belt or anything. And we'll just hold for 3, 2, 1. Release. And we're just going to change sides. So the right forearm is parallel with the front edge of the mat, like a kickstand. Reach behind with the left hand to grab the left foot, and then sink back into this pose. Gently pressing the foot towards the floor. Gently release, let go, come back to Sphinx pose. Take a moment in your Sphinx. We're going to take our fingertips now to the outside edges of your mat. And you can have your fingertips up on the floor with your palm lifted, like there's a grapefruit underneath your palm, the palm of your hand. And then we're going to press the floor away from us, lifting our heart. And then we're going to drop the one shoulder towards the floor, big rinse and twist to the chest. Elbows are nice and deeply bent. And then we're going to twist the other way. And then come back to center, settle in through the shoulders a little bit, elbows lifted. Nice. And then we're going to press ourselves all the way back into a child's pose. Get those knees underneath you. You can take knees apart or knees together, whatever feels best on your low back today. Maybe resting your head in your hands. And let the breath flow. Let it go. Just a few more breaths here. Come back to your center, your balanced center, your place of peace. Let's wake ourselves up slowly to come into tabletop. Pull yourself forward, shoulders over the wrists, and take a tabletop. Opening up the fingers as best as you can. Taking weight into the arms. And we're just going to hold this for a little bit. If you want to do some cat-cows, feel free. Sometimes I'm not a fan of cat-cow. Sometimes I kind of like to just hang out in a neutral tabletop. So totally up to you. Obviously, this is your class, your practice. You know what you need. And when you're ready, we'll curl the toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. First down dog of class. Rinsing it out, pedaling those feet. Letting the head be heavy. Maybe rising up and down on the tippy toes. And we're just going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Drop your knees back down to the floor. We'll take puppy dog. Reach the arms further forward. Drop the head to the floor. And let the belly and low back sink soft. Keep the hips lifted, and you'll get a really big stretch through the shoulders and the armpits and the chest and the heart. Big breath in and out. All right, back to downward facing dog. Take your time to get there, pass through tabletop. Lift the hips up and back. All right, step forward to the front of your mat, towards your hands, my friends. Feet hip width apart, knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Grab opposite elbows, perhaps. Let the head and torso be heavy. Breathing in and out. Keeping that breath flowing. Maybe change the cross of your elbow grab. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift your chest halfway. Press the legs away from you. Keep the belly strong. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Lift the belly nice and high. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up. We're just going to hold this for a breath. Take your right foot halfway up your mat. I think we did this last week. Roll onto the outside edge of the left foot and reach the right arm up nice and high. I love this pose. It's a little bit challenging with the arm balance, but it's super supported. I hope you feel grounded here. Awesome. Take your right hand down, step the right foot back, and we're just going to do that on the other leg. Left foot halfway up the mat. Drop the right hip towards the floor. Roll onto the outside edge of the right foot. Reach the left arm up. So hopefully, but you can see how we're getting here. Awesome. Take the left hand down, step back, downward facing dog. We'll just hold this for 3 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Let's take child's pose. Take your hands towards your feet. Give yourself a break. You deserve it. I think that's about as challenging as we're going to get it today. So maybe taking a sigh of relief. The hard stuff is over. At least physically hard stuff. Depending. I guess I shouldn't say that. Let the breath flow. Let it go. Take a few more breaths here. And then we're going to make our way back into tabletop. Back to tabletop. Slowing things down. We're going to thread the needle. So find a nice neutral spine, nice and strong arms. Inhale, lift the left arm up nice and high. Exhale, thread the needle, reach it underneath you, drop the head and shoulder, let go. Big twist through the upper back. And we'll just hold for 3 more breaths. All right, slowly come on back to tabletop. All right, this time we'll lift the right arm nice and high, big inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Drop the head and shoulder. Big twist through the upper back. Nice and relaxing. All right, 3 more breaths. And then we're going to reach the right back arm, the right arm, back up, and take tabletop. Awesome. Staying in tabletop for a breath. Big inhale. We are going to work our way into pigeon pose from tabletop. So whichever leg you want to do first, you can just crawl that knee forward, curl the back toes under to kind of hoist that knee up, however you want to get there. And we'll take a nice and bowing pigeon pose. Let it go. Let your head be heavy. Let yourself be supported. And we'll just take a few more breaths here before we switch legs. Let's press ourselves away from the floor, lift the heart, and switch legs. However you want to get there. You can come back to tabletop, or you can kind of just change directions, whatever works. Set up for comfiness, and then take a bow. Let yourself be supported by the floor. Let go of anything you're still holding on to. And when you're ready, we'll press the floor away from us, lift our heart, and we'll come all the way out of this pose to come recline on our back. Make your way all the way down to your back. And we'll take happy baby at first here. So grabbing the outside edges of the feet and just taking those thighs nice and wide. You can rock from side to side or find stillness, whatever works for you. Take a few more breaths. And then we'll bring the soles of our feet together on the floor, knees open for reclining bound angle. This will be our pose before Shavasana, so we can stay in this as long as you want. And I'll give you a cue to move into Shavasana when we've spent some time here, or you can stay here longer if you'd like. You can take your arms up overhead and let those elbows hang limp if you would like to get an extra stretch through the chest in this pose. Or you can simply rest your hands on your belly. Maybe your right hand is on your heart and your left hand is on your belly. That's always a nice combo. And we'll just take this nice and slow into a nice and restful state. Letting go of trying, letting go of effort. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, relax the hips. Those three places we can tend to hold a lot of stress and tension. And once again, if you're feeling neutral and at ease, hold on to it, hold it close, remember it. If you would like to enter Shavasana at this point, this is a good time to do it. Taking your time to get there, maybe completely coming out of your reclining posture and getting props around you, setting up for comfort. Whatever you're doing, just let the head be heavy. Be easy as you shift in and out of poses. And maybe taking a few really cleansing breaths here as we enter Shavasana. Taking a really big inhale and exhale, letting out a nice damp sigh. And moving the body if it needs to be moved. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe sticking the tongue out. And we'll settle into a deep, deep resting state. Let's see if we can relax the body as much as the mind. Let go of effort in the joints and the muscles. And we'll do a little bit of Yoga Nidra. So I'm just going to walk us through each body part, and we're going to focus on relaxing deeply and really focusing our awareness and our consciousness on the areas that I'll be naming. And we'll just move through the body, toes to head, taking our time. Beginning with the left pinky toe. Relax away. Moving then to the second toe in from the pinky toe. The third toe. Relaxing and letting go. The fourth toe. And relaxing the left big toe. Relax the sole of the foot, the left foot. Relax the top of the left foot. Relax the left ankle, the left calf muscle, and the left shin. Relax the left knee, the kneecap and the back of the knee. Relax the left thigh bone, the top of the thigh, the quad, the back of the thigh. Relax deeply through the left hip. Let all the muscles get soft. And work your way up through the left hip into the left side body. The left side of your rib cage, which holds and protects our most important organ, our heart. Relax the left shoulder, the left armpit without tickling. Relax the left upper arm bone, the bicep, the tricep. Relax the left elbow, the left forearm, the left wrist. Relax the palm of the left hand and the top of the left hand. Relax the thumb, the left first finger, the left third finger in, your middle finger. Relax your ring finger of the left hand. And relax your left pinky finger. Let's shift over to the right side of our body. Focus on the right pinky finger of the right hand. Now relax through the ring finger of the right hand. And the middle finger of the right hand. Relax the pointer finger and the thumb. Relax the palm of your right hand and the top of your right hand. Relax your right wrist and your forearm, the bottom and the top. Relax the right elbow, the upper arm bone, the bicep, the tricep, your right shoulder and armpit. Make your way down to the right side of your rib cage, relaxing that. Relax the right side of your body through the belly, down into the hip. Relax your right hip. Relax the right thigh bone, the right upper thigh, and the back of your thigh. Relax your kneecap and the back of your knee. Relax your right shin and your right calf muscle. Relax your right ankle and the sole of your right foot. Relax the top of your right foot, your right pinky toe, the second toe in from your pinky toe, your third toe in, your fourth toe in, and relax completely your right big toe. Let your limbs and legs and arms be nice and heavy, and shift your awareness all the way up into your throat. Relax your belly and your chest and your shoulders, and let the neck become soft. And now let the head weigh heavy into the floor. Let your ears be heavy and your scalp be soft, the skin of your face soft. Relax your forehead and your left eyebrow. Relax your left eye and the left eyelid. Relax your right eyebrow and your right eye and your right eyelid. Relax the nose, the left nostril and the right nostril. Relax your left cheek, your right cheek. Relax your upper lip, your bottom lip, and your chin. Relax the teeth, the lips, the tongue, the jaw. Melt into the floor. Let yourself be supported. Enjoy Shavasana. Let the breath flow. And be at peace. Be easy, my friends. Be gentle with yourself. If you would like to stay and enjoy your nap, I can close the meeting and you can stay where you are. If you want to come up to a seated posture, feel free to say goodbye. Or just hang out in Shavasana. Thank you so much for joining me today and practicing together. I've always loved seeing all of you.